To be disabled in Africa, and specifically in Malawi, is something that one would not want to be, because number one, they think you are cursed, they think you are useless, they think you are a sinner.
If they don't have utility, if they can't go to the garden, if they can't work, if they can't basically blend in and just do the stuff that other children do, then they kind of get spat out and left for dead, quite literally in some cases.
When we go like a place, like maybe we have a tour or a place to go, I'm not going there because they don't want to take me public, so I'm just in the house.
In Africa, in places like Malawi, people don't live in their houses. They do the cooking outside, the kids play outside, they do their hygiene stuff outside. So life happens outside. You just go in the house at night time, basically. So to be kind of shut in the house is a very big thing. And that's where some children end up if they are disabled. And if you want to hide them away, that's where you force them to stay.
Yeah, that happened to me. I remember one time they have a wedding for my cousin, and they're preparing to go for that wedding. My sisters having all the shoes on, my mom and my dad, and now they are going. And for telling me now, I tried to make myself clean to go. Told me, no, you cannot make it to go with us. So you're going to live in the house because we cannot help you to go with us. So they just went, and just I was left in the house alone. I cried.
So you're basically putting a child in a prison. To us, you look at these rooms, they're not huts, they're not houses even, they're prison cells.
In villages, once the family realizes that this child has hydrocephalus, the clan comes together. They have to decide. They tell the mother that this is a curse and this is a spirit, and they have to do a ceremony to cleanse the family and to cleanse the mom and the entire clan. And once they come to agreement on what they are going to do, then they ask 3 aunties, including plus the mother-in-law, to escort this lady to the river. They instruct this mom, when you reach there, you have to pretend like you don't know that we have agreed to throw this baby in the river. And then they have to go and step in the water. You release the cloth which was tying the baby, and then you throw the baby in the river. Then they have to pretend that they are searching, as they are telling the spirit who is the child that we didn't intend to kill you. This was an accident. Don't get annoyed with us. Then they instruct them, when you are leaving the river, you have to walk and don't look behind, because you do not want to be recognized by the spirit. So you have to go and go back to the family, where after 4 days they have to prepare the local brew, and then they have to celebrate, slaughter some cow or goat, whatever they are able. Then everyone has to come rejoice, they celebrate, they dance around, and that means the family has been cleansed, the mother has been cleansed, and the entire clan has been cleansed. So that means this mom will not produce a child like that again. So that is out of the family after that ceremony. That's the belief they have.
Typically what will happen is for disabled children, the families don't know how to deal with them. They assume always, if there's physical disability, that there's mental impairment.
And so if these children don't get operated on, then they don't go to school, then they cannot get that education, then they cannot help their parents, and then they lead miserable lives. Thank God if they are alive. But if they meet parents that are hostile, who say, I don't want to live with a disabled child, then these children would go. I'm talking about dying.
When a child is in the village, you will die in the village, you will have no hope. And when sometimes they have a chance to go into the cities, they go there and they beg for life, for everything.
Africa, the children who are born with disability, people, because they believe it's a curse in the family, so they just end up killing those children.
Babies can actually be dumped either in a rubbish pile or in a petra tree.
Because all of them, my grandmother, my uncles, my dad, they all think that I'm a curse in the family. So my mom was telling me that I was supposed to be killed, but she just saved my life.
The husband, they think a baby is born that is disabled. That's the problem of the woman. My wife has got a problem. So either the woman has to accept to be divorced with the child or the baby, or they have to agree to kill the baby. So they can throw that baby in the rubbish pile and forget about that baby completely. And so it's very sad. To see these disabled children getting helped medically as well as spiritually makes me very, very happy.
My life changed completely. You know, when I came to Kijabe and I was operated, I met people who really loves me, who really care. Cure is our causes of hope for the children with disability.
Said, you know, a person with an experience is never at the mercy of somebody with a theory. These people, when they go back to the village, you know, it is just like some of those healing miracles in the Gospels, where people say, "Who did this for you?" And the guy goes, "Look, he said he was Jesus. This is what happened to me. I was blind, now I can see." People can't make sense of it, and then they're forced to then look afresh at the gospel message. And that's the beauty of what we're doing here.
I feel bad that some of these children cannot have that opportunity to be helped. But for those that come here, I feel great. I just saw a child that could not walk. People would laugh at that child, could not even go to school. And then she came to Cure, helped. I saw her in the class, and her teacher told me she came action number 1. I said, wow, if this child was not helped, she would be at home, and we have lost a brilliant girl. So I am happy, and at the same time, as a pastor, I feel we are doing the great commission that God gave us. Jesus said we should go, proclaim the kingdom, and heal the sick. And here we are, proclaiming the kingdom and healing the sick.